Welcome back to Unpacking My Thoughts. My name is Bridget, and I want to unpack stress just a little bit more. I want to talk about that because I thought about all the areas that I have dealt with um, stress with in my life and how each one of those areas that I was able to find a way, not a cure-all type solution, but just find a way to better cope with the stressful situations that I was dealing with. The first area that I have dealt with stress in is at work. About a year ago, I changed positions, and this new position required so much more of me. It required so much more from me, and I did not feel equipped. I did not feel ready. It just had me in tears literally often, almost every day, at least. I won't say every day, but I know I was in tears at least 3 times a week. Tears and confusion. That's the best way to describe that situation. Tears and confusion because I kept doubting myself. I was like, now I know that I'm intelligent enough to grasp this information. Why is it not making sense? Why am I having so many issues in this new position? And I realized that my level of expectation that I had placed on myself was so heavy and so burdensome that I could not even carry that load. It was new for one. So I needed to give myself more time to learn, give myself more grace to work through the areas that I did not know about and may have messed up on. And I'm so thankful that I had wonderful people in my corner to support me and to really be like, you know what, you can do this, you can make it through this. Let me help you. Let me give you these tools that you need. Let me give you the support you need so that I can make it through that. Because when I tell you I was stressed, I mean, it was really to the point where I was like, you know what? I think I need to just go on and find a different career path because as much as I love the company that I'm with, as much as I love how they treat me and how wonderful the benefits are, I can't let this job take me out. And it was a conversation that I was able to have with a friend of mine. And then I had another conversation with my mother. And I realized that I was putting so much pressure on myself because I wanted to do well. I wanted to be, I wanted to show how much I appreciated this opportunity, right? And how much I really could do the job and do good at it. But I had to give myself more time, give myself more patient, be patient with myself. That's how I want to say it. I had to be patient with myself. And in that, the skill level came, the knowledge was was able to be retained, and I was able to become more proficient and efficient at the job. And now I don't stress as much as I did when I first took the position. There are still some moments that are kind of like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But on a day-to-day general basis, I am not stressing. And the other thing I realized also was that the career path that I have been on is not necessarily one that I want to continue on. So, because of that, I have decided to take some necessary steps to change career paths because that's important. If you're in a career or a job or anywhere that you're giving your time to, you need to be sure it is something that you want to truly stay with and be invested in, or it could be something that you've invested in as far as you need to go and it's time for a change, and that's okay. Change is good. Knowing what you want to do in the next step and era of your life, start planning it now, start working on it now, start working towards it, because what I found is that the more I started working on the career and path that I want to take, that caused less stress to be off of me because I didn't think that's my only source. This job is my only source. If I don't have this job, my family's not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. No, I realized, okay, I've got other things that I'm working towards. I've got other goals that I'm setting for myself. And because of that, it's like, okay, I can do this and work on this because this is an outlet. having an outlet helped me to be able to deal with my job and that stress not be so heavy on me. So that was really important. The next area of my life I was able to really address was the relationship with my mother. That relationship for me was extremely stressful. Mother daughter relationships are important and they are necessary, and they often don't go well. Sometimes it does go well. For me, and I'm so grateful, I had the opportunity to be able to speak to my mother about the things that were bothering me and to truly understand some things and have a better understanding of her as a mother and how she was reacting and how she related to me and how a lot of stuff that I thought about her was incorrect. I don't take at all for granted the relationship that I have with my mom. I'm so grateful for it. And when I think about those who can't take that opportunity to talk with their mom and sit down and share with her, I think about, wow, I just, hope and pray and wish that for everyone to be able to have that chance if you don't have a good relationship with your mom, to be able to sit down and talk with her and share things. Because for me, it was so beneficial. It was so enlightening because I have a daughter and I did not want to make any errors in my relationship with my daughter. I wanted it to be, it's not going to be perfect. Of course, I was not going for a perfect relationship, but I was definitely going for a functioning relationship. And I didn't always feel like I had a functioning relationship with my mother. But now that I've had a chance to speak with her and let her know how I felt and the things that I didn't understand growing up, like there was one instance that I told her, I said, you never bought me name brand clothes. I didn't get to wear name brand clothes growing up. And she's just this sweet, mild-mannered person. And she looked at me and said, you never asked for name brand clothes. And it hit me. All these years, I was upset with this lady because she was supposed to know that I wanted name brand clothes. But I never told her that. I never expressed to her I wanted that. You know what my biggest thing was? I wanted to go somewhere and get a cheeseburger or get fries or milkshakes. That's what I was always asking for. And she did her best, because she's one of those, we cook at home, you eat at home. But occasionally on the weekend, she did make sure we could go out and enjoy. And when I realized, wow, I didn't ask for that, it made me start thinking about other areas of other areas and other thoughts that I had about her. And I was like, you know what? It could have been me. My misunderstanding or my interpretation of a situation. So I started asking her more things and more questions, trying to better find out, maybe you weren't this person that I envisioned in my mind all these years. And there were some areas that we discussed that, yes, it happened exactly like I thought it did. And she was able to explain the backstory and why things were that way. And it gave me a better understanding. So being able to address that area of my relationship with my mom was so important. And it has created a bond and a closeness that's just so amazing. I encourage anyone, if you are able to truly sit down and talk with your mom and get a better understanding of her and who she is, it'll change how you view your mom. It'll change how you view yourself as a mom and as a woman, and just really make a big difference in your life. The next area that I really was able to look at and kind of address was my friendships. Some of my friendships were stressing me out. And I realized, hey, this is not good. I need to step away. I need to step away from this because I don't like how this makes me feel. I don't like how their expectation of me makes me feel, because I don't have that expectation for them. I'm one of these let's hug the world type people, and I just love people for who they are, and I expect them to love me the same, and that's not always the truth. I had to be realistic. Everybody's not for you. We're not in the third grade. We don't all have to be friends, and that is okay. That's okay. You can step away from any situation that's not conducive to your life and to where you're trying to go. You don't have to be a part of it, and it doesn't have to be a part of you. So if there's a friendship in your life, and you know what I learned? I was preparing this exit speech, right? In my mind, I'm preparing this exit speech that I didn't even have to have, because it's just fizzled out and phased out on its own, and we just kind of went our separate ways. And we still speak, hey, how are you? Good. But other than that, that's not something that I immerse myself into every day. Is that friendship that makes me uncomfortable. I don't mind being cordial, but I'm not going to be in a situation that makes me uncomfortable. It's not even necessary. It's not. It is not necessary at all. So I hope that through this episode that you were unable to unpack some of the areas of your life that's causing you stress, that's causing your level of anxiety to go up, and that you look at it and really evaluate how you need to unpack those areas so that you can be a better version of you. Until next time, keep unpacking.